Hello guys, Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome back again. You got my ugly mutt on the screen again. You got this little beautiful puppy. Yes, she's been to the groomers, and this is the now famous Dottie. And she's a little gem. She's 7 months old now, just finishing her first season. So apparently she's a very, very healthy dog indeed. So really good guns, going great. She is. She's wonderful. Right. So. Start this month's late roundup. I'm not sure if this is March or April. I can't remember what I call it now, if it's the last month or the next month. But it's April the 9th, 2025. So we'll talk about where we are as of today and where we've been and everything. So start off by saying a massive thank you to all of you, the subscribers, the comments. Absolutely brilliant. Just read a comment just now from someone talking about the old motorbikes of the day. Really interesting stuff. Worth having a read of that one. It's over on the review I did of the Copper State Models Little Triumph. So yeah, really interesting stuff. By the way, they do those in 30-second scale as well, so it's worth a lot of people comment, you know, why are they 35th? They've done 35th so you can have them in dioramas with your vehicles and your figures and all that, or they've done them in 30 seconds so you can have them in a diorama with your aircraft. So it's such a shame, isn't it? It's such a shame the world had to go that way and have 35th and 32nd. Why didn't they just keep it all one or the other? It would be so much better for all of us, wouldn't it? I know that Border Model have come along now with 35th scale aircraft, but you know, yeah. Right, so basically, yeah, massive thank you to all you all for, I lost my count there, I lost my strike then. So yeah, massive thank you to all of you. Nearly 31,000 subs now, which is absolutely brilliant, and also nearly 10 million hits, which is also good, and that's what keeps the channel going. So thank you very much. Things are slowing down, but they're slowing down for everybody. I think you must reach a certain level where, you know, there's only so many people in the world that are into plastic hits, and there's only so many people that want to watch the style of videos that I and many other people put out. So, you know, I think when you get to the tens of thousands, I think things will start to slow down. So yeah, and I also want to say a massive thank you, obviously, to all of those who contribute to the channel via Patreon and PayPal. It is very, very much appreciated. I also get some little gifts sent now and again, but I'm having to start refusing them now, I'm afraid, because what's happening is, you know, when you send me a gift, it's only right that I do something with it, and you know, it's just getting too much now. So I'm starting to sort of reject them. So please don't offer me anything at the moment, because I just don't have the space for it, the time space for it. So anyway, new kits. What has been released or released recently that's been really, really piquing your interest? And the new Land Rover from Gecko got quite a bit of, well, it's actually a Land Rover, isn't it? That got quite a bit of interest, and I've actually started a build of that, and I'm going to be doing like a review build series of it rather than a 10-part thing. It is very, very complex. It is very much like mini art. I've made the steering work, but it's so fragile, and yeah, it's just like mini art. Everything's to scale. So therefore everything is very small, very thin, very weak. So yeah, not for the inexperienced modeler, that one, especially if you want to make the steering work, blimey. So that's up there. We also had the brand new Verifier Takayo, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to be making a start on that very, very shortly. So those of you that like your ships, you'll see that one coming your way. And also we got the new C130H from Great Wall Hobby. I want to see maybe do a review video of that or something, a build review. Not sure whether to paint all the inside up or just have it all closed up and just paint the inside grey and wait for the gunship to come along to do a really nicely detailed one, but we shall see. And of course we also had the Airfix Jaguar up here, so that wasn't really March, but it was April, and you absolutely love that in your droves. Apparently Airfix is sold out. I think Tiger Hobbies have still got some. If you're trying to get hold of one, get over to Tiger Hobbies. I think he's still got some in stock. And also I did the review of the new Airfix trucks as well. They're not new, they're re-released, the 148 scale, and they're lovely. And I got the resin tires from Def Model for the 1500 bike truck. So very, very nice. Should have a build of those coming at some point. I'm trying to do more of the smaller stuff, which is what you guys have asked for, because I do tend to sort of look at the you know, the £100 and upwards kits, which a lot of you can't afford or aren't allowed to buy or whatever, or just don't have the room to keep when you finish with them. But the little sorts of £20 kits and stuff are no problem to those who must be obeyed, and also no problem with storage space either. I've also started a beginner's build on it was going to be a real sort of down-to-earth beginner's build, and that's how I started. And then I realised the Eurofighter starter set from Airfix, it's got a few foibles, and I wouldn't recommend it as a first kit for anyone. I really wouldn't. Get the F-35 or the Spitfire starter set. Not that one, not the Eurofighter. It's got a few little bits and pieces on it that are, you know, need a little bit of experience. If you want, you know, if you don't care and you want to throw it together, then absolutely fine. But if you want to make a real nice job out of it, it's not really much of a starter set, I'd say. And I don't really know why Airfix have gone to this, you know, rather than having the frames for your sprues, they've gone to these trees with all the parts hanging off and they all get broken. And I don't know why they've done that, you know, it seems crazy. Anyway, so yeah, the M10 Booker that I reviewed a while back from Magic Factory. Magic Factory are becoming one of my favourite manufacturers. I really do like them. I'm going to be doing a build of that also when I finish the Paladin, which is here. You can see behind me, I've just got that all painted, and that's all been clear coated with VMS, which is wonderful clear coat, by the way. If you haven't got any, go and get yourself some. It's available over at Brooks Models. It is absolutely brilliant stuff. It really is. But you're going to need a 0.5 needle for your airbrush. I can tell you that now. You can thin it using their thinners. I think you can also use it with Tamiya acrylic thinners, I think. Don't count me on that. I think don't quote me on that, but I think somebody said you can. But yeah, just you know, you're better off with a bigger nozzle and just spray it as it's designed, because it just goes down and pulls down and dries beautifully. So yeah, we've got that one coming, and also as I've already mentioned, the Airfix Eurofighter. I've done about 5 parts on the video now, and as I said, it's for beginners. But I changed the title. You know, it was new to the hobby. This one's for you, and I've changed it to new to the hobby, taking the next steps, or want to take the next steps. This one's for you. So yeah, I'll have to do another one on the Spitfire to do a real back to basics, actual, you know, basic build. So there we are. On the subject of VMS, I hope to have all their brand new primers very, very soon. They are absolutely amazing. They look really, really good. Can't wait to get my hands on them. Dottie's about to start barking, I think. Also, if you haven't seen it, go take a look at the latest Paladin M109A7 video. In there, I've used that. If you remember, I got that Galeri starter set, the airbrush. Sorry about that, guys. She had a little bit of a barking fit there. So there we are. She's back now. And no doubt she'll have another one in a minute. So yeah, so when I did the M109, as you can see behind me, I used the Galeri starter set, the airbrush with hose, with compressor and everything, all in one box, and it performed beautifully, I have to say. And I'm not just saying that. Yes, I've been given this stuff. I'm not just saying it because they give it to me. I'm saying it because it really does work well. The only downside to the compressor, it's quite sort of vibration-like. But I mean, I guess any compressor is, isn't it? It's going to be, because it's got reciprocal motion going on inside, unless it's a fan type. But anyway, no, that's the only downside to it. But it's not at all loud. I mean, it's not at all loud. You'll hear it being used in the video. I got it in front of the camera and everything. So yeah, it worked really, really well. The airbrush is really nice if you remember to clean it out. And if you haven't seen the video, you won't know what I'm talking about, but go and see it. Anyway, in a minute. So yeah, I've got those new primers on the way. They look very, very good indeed. Can't wait to get my hands on them. So we'll see how they go. But they do look very, very good, and they're an acrylic. It looks like we could have, as an airbrush primer, it looks like we could have a replacement for Mr. Surfacer, believe it or not, but we shall see. As far as Pocker goes, you know, I'm doing the Pocker Porsche 917. That's coming pretty much every Saturday if I can. That's getting nearly finished now. They've now sent me the brand new Pagani, but I'm not allowed to show you until it's launched. So I don't know why, but they want me to hold back, because if you want to see the Pagani being built, Pocker have got their own YouTube channel, and they're doing a build of it on there. so you can go and see it being built, but I'm not even allowed to review it or anything. So this is what often happens with companies. You sign these agreements and you do as they say, and that's that. More about doing as they say in a second. And then as far as the Agostini goes, I'm actually waiting this afternoon. I am due a package, the next 5 parts for the Mustang. So those videos will be up for you, maybe even tonight, we shall see. Not sure how much work there is in that one. It's probably not a lot. There's probably a few more interior parts, but we'll see if we can get through those and get those out for you tonight, because I know a lot of you really enjoy those, especially Steve in London. Hi Steve, and your boy. And also Steve will be very pleased to know the Agostini have finally actually confirmed that they have sent me the new Ferrari. So we've got the new Ferrari 330, which will go beautiful part next to that Porsche 917. So really looking forward to that. I know a lot of you don't like Partworks. I know a lot of you love them. And what I try and do is, because Partworks are generally a small amount of work spread over sort of 5 magazines or 4 magazines, whatever, what I try and do is cram that into 2-3 videos. So, you know, those of you that complain, please bear in mind, you've got 2 or 3 videos a month, which are maybe 20 minutes long. So, and now you're going to have, you know, 2 or 3 videos of the Mustang and 2 or 3 videos of the Ferrari. And you'll also have 2 or 3 videos of the Lancaster. And, you know, it's nothing when you compare to the rest of the stuff I put out, you know, sometimes more than 1 video a day. So, yeah, please don't complain. It's not going to stop me doing them, I can assure you. So there we go. So that's all the information there. Talking about not being allowed to do stuff, some of you may have already heard that there are some YouTubers who are getting cautioned by YouTube, shall we say, and sometimes worse than cautioned, regarding World War II German content. And you all know what I'm talking about. Certain symbols, certain words, stuff like that. Now, I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine with it. I may not agree with it. I may think, you know, that we should be able to show it. It's history, it's whatever. But you've got to remember, YouTube is a platform that we use, or let's not use the word we. YouTube is a platform that I use to get videos out to you guys, and then you watch them, and then from the ad revenue or whatever, YouTube pay me to make the videos, and this is what I do. And I'm grateful for it. I thank them very much. You know, they take a cut, they make money, of course they do. I'm in their sandpit, as Moss says, it's their sandpit. Okay, I got to play by their rules. If they turn around today and said you shall make no more videos in an orange and blue check shirt, I won't make videos in an orange and blue check shirt. You know, I will do as I'm told, within reason. You know, if they suddenly started banning plastic model videos, that would be absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason for it. But you know, I know why they're doing it. I know what's done it. And please, I mean this sincerely, do not comment on the video about whether you think it's right or wrong or what they should be allowed to do. Because as you know, unless you're a special person or something, then your comments are withheld, and I just won't publish them because I'm not having a big slanging match towards YouTube. I'm basically telling you the facts, and that's why you're not seeing me put out any German content. Okay. Yes, I know there are people that have got videos out there and they seem to be getting away with it, but I know of one particular person who shall remain nameless. All they did, they showed a finished model, Heinkel 111. It didn't even have that symbol on the tail, and it was taken down, and he was cautioned, and he's now got strikes against his channel. So, and another person did a review of a kit and showed the box art that was quite an old kit, and it had that symbol on the tail, and he was cautioned and had to do all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, I'm not getting down that road. I'm not going down there. And as I say, please don't waste your time with, we should be allowed to do this, we should be allowed to do that, it's historic, it's, you know, I know all that, and I'm not going to publish it. There's no point. There's absolutely no point. So if you look in the conditions below the videos, every single one of them, it has this news about, you know, not getting into politics. So there we go. Here's Dottie come to say hello. So yeah, that's why you're not seeing it. And when I have got a review coming of a brand new mask set from the wonderful Sven over at One Man Army, and it's unfortunately of a German subject, so I'm going to be very, very careful how I do it, and you will see in that video how I get around it, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so obviously sometimes it's unavoidable, but there's no way I'm going to start a build series on an FW190 or something, or a Junkers 88, because it's just asking for trouble. I just don't want to do it. I'd rather just stick to the American stuff, and if YouTube say American stuff is no longer allowed, then I'll stop doing American stuff and I'll just do cars. It's, you know, I'll play by the rules. I'm not going to wind them up. They are my employer, if you like. So there we go. So that's that. So as I say, what's coming up on the channel, the Verifier Takao, whether I'm going to build that and paint it or just do a build, I don't know. But it looks like it's a fairly quick build, so we'll go for that. If you want to see it being built, you can also go over to Sen Navy's channel. Sen Navy, he's over in Taiwan, and he's doing a beautiful and he's job of it, and he's building his in the camouflage scheme. And what I'm doing, I don't normally watch other people's videos, but what I'm doing is watching his, and I'm going to do everything different. It's okay, so like he's done certain things certain ways, I will do it a different way so that you get to see different ways, so it won't just be watching two people do the same build. Okay, and I won't be doing mine with the camouflage. I'll just do mine in the grey. I thought it was going to be one of the arsenals, I can't remember now, Sasebo maybe, but it turns out it was actually in Cure greys. Oh, I want to do one of the different greys. I might just do one of the different greys for the hell of it, sod it. Do it as a brand new, freshly launched. I know it's 1944, so that's what the thing is. The model is aged at 1944 with a triple or quad torpedo launchers and stuff. So basically, I have to do it in the modern colour, don't I? Which is Cure Arsenal Grey. So there we go. So that one's coming. You'll have the first couple of parts of that Ferrari coming from the Agostini, much to some of yours distaste, I know, but hey ho. At some point we'll have that Pagani from Pocker coming. That's another car. I've also got the Stratos here. You may think I've left that behind. I haven't. What I'm doing is using sprue goo to get the join where the clamshell comes down, to get the arches cured, and to get that seam sort of invisible. And what's happening is, because it's quite warm, it just keeps sinking back. So I'm building it up. We will get there, so there will be another video part of that very soon. And also, for those of you who are interested, I've looked at the arches and they look like they might actually be too wide. This kit is turning into a complete and utter joke. So what I'm going to have to do is dummy build the rear suspension, get the wheels on and everything, and I may have to narrow the arches. So if you're up for some proper surgery on parts that have already had surgery, then you'll enjoy that. So we'll go from there. But oh dear, what a complete and utter mess that kit is at the back end. I don't know what they were thinking, making those arches as separate parts, and they've even got the shape completely wrong. So that's really annoying. Somebody did make a comment in one of the videos recently that yes, they were correct. The actual wide arches were added by the teams. There was never a standard manufactured wide rear end. They were added to a standard rear end, just like Italeri have got you to do, only they got the shape wrong. They're too big. I think they're too wide. They go too far up. They're actually convex when they should be flat. And they would have been much better off to go with the other type, which is the smaller type, with just the 45-degree arches. I don't know what they were thinking of. I don't know. But if you look at the box art, the shape of the arches on the box are nothing like the arches in the kit. So that's been also raised by someone as well. So there we go. Great, isn't it? Wonderful. It's 2025. We've got kit manufacturers making stuff wrong, really badly wrong. Right. So there we are. So that's it for this month. Anything I've missed out, please put it in the comments below, and I'll perhaps do a sort of a remake or an addition to. But there we go. So I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.